Hi everyone out there, my name is Dawn Hausman. I'm one of the directors of Vocations for the Diocese of Lansing, and I want to give a holler out in Thanksgiving to the parents who've helped their sons and daughters in discerning God's will for their life and really exploring the vocations in our church to be a priest, to be a religious sister, to be a consecrated virgin, to be a married man or woman. Thank you for your support in your child's journey of discernment. And I continue to encourage parents out there, other mentors, to please help our sons and daughters know God's will and not assume we know. I must say I've had a lot of young women and some young men come to me, and they're kind of devastated when their parents, siblings, people in their lives who are close to them are really, really sad and discouraging them from discerning religious life, priesthood, any consecrated vocation in the church, as if everybody knows that they're not going to be happy in that or something, or it's not going to be a fulfilling vocation. And I want to encourage you and strengthen you to please work with us in supporting our young people in knowing what God desires, because I'm actually a consecrated virgin, and I just became consecrated 3 months ago, and I could not have been this happy in married life. I know that. I know in the soul of my being, I am not going to be I would not be as fulfilled in married life as I am for consecrated virginity, because I know God made me for it. And I know there's sons and daughters out there of our people and our communities who need encouragement from their families, from their friends, from their mentors to explore vocations of consecrated life, and they need permission from them to do so. And I want to encourage you in that, because your son and daughter is going to be the happiest and most fulfilled in the vocation God has for them. So what can you do to help them? This is the second part of my time with you. So one thing is, at a young age, we can start with our kids praying about God's will to happen for their lives in career as well as in a permanent vocation to whatever that state of life is that God is calling them to. And for us to actually give them the information, the knowledge of the different vocations, so that they know what's out there, so that they know the priesthood is a possibility for them, consecrated virginity, religious life, be a religious brother or sister, even a hermit, the various vocations of consecrated life that the young people might learn that they're out there, and also have encounters with people living these vocations. I know that's a little trickier, but how many times have we invited our priests over for dinner? Invite a priest over for dinner. It doesn't even have to be your priest. Go visit a religious community with your daughter. Have them go see how they pray. Dominicans in Ann Arbor, they have open door on 5 p.m. on Sunday for their prayer. You can go and join them for prayer at their convent and just experience their prayer. Those kind of things are possible out there. And sometimes volunteering with religious communities is also another thing. So besides prayer and encounter, gathering information. So there's so many things online. I mean, when I wanted to look up consecrated virginity online, there are women who are blogging about consecrated virginity. There are YouTube videos that we've made. There are websites on consecrated virginity. Well, religious life is somewhat similar as well as priesthood. There's so many videos and blogs and tons of things out there to look to get aspects of discernment happening with these vocations. And then also mentorship. Who is your son or daughter's mentor that they can come to you? Do they feel like they can come to you with their questions? Do they feel open and free to ask questions about the different vocations? Do you talk about the different vocations for their life? And having a mentor and having small groups of young men and women in discernment with them is an awesome thing to have young men and women involved in. Movies of saints. Do you watch any movies? There's some really good movies out there. Saint Teresa, Therese of Lisieux. There was just a new movie made of her. St. Augustine. There's just a couple of really awesome new movies that are out there that you can go rent, as we do online, to see these saints' lives. St. Francis of Assisi, then they see religious life in action, and they have a taste of religious life even though they might not have ever visited a convent and seen a religious themselves. They can at least watch some of the saints in movie form. And then the sacraments, making sure our sons and daughters have opportunity to go to the Holy Mass when they can, encouraging daily Mass outside of just Sunday Mass, encouraging the sacrament of confession, praying the scriptures as a family, praying about their vocations. These are some ways in which family can help walk with each other in openness to God's plan. And to learn how to be a gift of yourself. Serving in soup kitchens, serving in your church, having ways that you're giving yourself, you're learning, you're teaching your son and daughter how to be a gift of yourself, because vocation requires that, to be a pouring out of self to others, to be a gift to others. So those are just a few tips of helping your son and daughter discern. I hope this is helpful. There are certainly more things to do out there, and encouraging them to do visits to convents and the seminary, come and sees, especially when you're 16 and older. There's a lot of opportunity to go to the Sacred Heart, or one of the seminaries that we have. And then also we have a women's discernment retreat coming up in the spring. And we have the information on our diocese website, so you can find the women's discernment retreat there. Encouraging your son and daughter to go and see and not be afraid, because you know what? When they go to those events, God shows them otherwise if it's not for them. You know, we have women who say, wow, religious life is really beautiful, and I'm glad I've learned more, and I'm glad I've gotten kind of more knowledge of what they really live instead of the false things that I thought they lived. And I can have more knowledge for my parents and friends too, to know, oh, religious sisters do this. And then there's more freedom to say yes to the vocation that you're really called to, when you know what you're saying no to. So please continue to help me build a culture of vocations. We're trying to do that in the Diocese of Lansing, but we need our parents and our families, our church communities, the community around us, to journey with us, to walk with us, and accompany us along the way. So I thank you for doing that ahead of time and already, as you already are all doing. And let us know out here if you need some more help along the way. God bless you.